Mix TV presents the Southeast Tennessee Sports Show. Presented by Check Into Cash, your one-stop money shop. Also by Hardee's. Hardee's tastes like America. Now it's time for your local sports highlights and interviews with your host, Pat Benson.
Hello and welcome to the Mix 104.1 Southeast Tennessee Sports Show, brought to you by Hardee's and Check Into Cash. All right, y'all, we're wrapping up football season. Basketball season, wrestling season, they're all getting started. So let's not waste any of your time and let's go ahead and dive right into our Hardee's scoreboard. All right, so we had some football playoff games from Friday, November 13th. Let's start off with Maryville defeating Bradley Central 35-6. Great season for Bradley Central. They made some huge strides. Unfortunately, nobody in the Chattanooga area is ready to compete with Maryville on a serious level. They're just in a class of their own. So you just have to tip your cap to Maryville and congratulate the Bears and Coach Floyd on a great season. Meanwhile, Knox West laid it on Walker Valley 32-3. So that will end the Mustang season. But shout out to Coach Akins. Again, their program made some serious strides. In just his second season, they made a series of statement victories, including their first home playoff win in some time. Can't wait to see what he does with their program. All right, the hits keep on coming for our local schools. Oak Ridge shuts out Ray County 23-0. Meanwhile, some good news. Meigs County defeats Hampton 49-34 in a shootout. Finally, East Hamilton, they lose to Elizabethton 35-7. So shout out to the Canes. They had a great season. And a little bit of controversy with this game. Dobbins-Bennett defeats McMinn County 1-0 by forfeit due to COVID. In case you missed this storyline, it was pretty dramatic on Friday night. McMinn County was on their way up to play Dobbins-Bennett. Apparently word got out about a possible positive test for McMinn County. And after a couple days of deliberation, finally TSSAA ruled that McMinn County had to forfeit the game due to contact tracing issues. So you hate to see it for McMinn County. They're really having a great season, but I'm sure they will be back next season. So real quick, we have got to squeeze in my favorite segment of the week, the tweet of the week. This week, no surprise, it comes from Cleveland Basketball. You can follow them at CBR_basketball. All caps. The quote from Oprah Winfrey: "To move forward, you have to give back. It's that time of the year for preparing Christmas gifts for those unfortunate. Hashtag empty stocking fund. Hashtag 123family. Hashtag just us. Hashtag making a difference. Hashtag giving back. Hashtag running Raiders. Hashtag believe that." You know that had to come from Coach Tucker. And then here we got a picture of several of their players delivering some gifts to the less fortunate. And you just gotta love it because Cleveland Basketball, they are really doing a great job with their program under Coach Tucker. It's going to be exciting to see what they can do on the court this season. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to talk to Coach Tony Williams and a few of his girls basketball players.
The new prime rib and fried egg biscuit at Hardee's. Feed your happiness.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight. .com. Bank account's too low? Check into cash. So where do you go? .com. Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom.
You are watching the Southeast Tennessee Sports Show, presented by Check Into Cash and Hardee's.
All right, welcome back to the Mix 104.1 Southeast Tennessee Sports Show. We're here with the Cleveland girls basketball team. And first, we're going to start talking with Coach Williams. All right, Coach, I know it was a crazy off season. What did it look like for your program?
Well, I mean, it had a lot of challenges. The saving grace was that these girls are great leaders. I'm just privileged to be able to be here with our seniors today. It was just kind of let's focus on what we have control over. I mean, that was kind of our message to our girls from the beginning, is control the controllable. And they did a great job when we could get in the gym and we're able to get in there following COVID-19 safety protocols always, of course. Each day when we entered the gym, we had to do temperature checks, and we're still having to go through all that stuff today. But I mean, it's temperature checks, and then they have to answer a form code when they come in with 6 questions on it, just to determine that they're symptom free. And then we try to keep the locker room sanitized, try to keep the equipment sanitized, try to keep the girls as socially distanced as possible. Just found out yesterday that we, as a team, have been quarantined, and we're going to actually miss our first 5 games due to a positive case on our team. But we're willing to do whatever it takes to keep everybody safe. We understand that it's just different times. I mean, these girls were heartbroken, but it is what it is. I think there's going to be a lot more cases just like ours, and we just happen to have it happen first, and hopefully we can overcome it early in the season, and Lord willing, we'll get to have a season. I mean, that's what we're all rooting for.
Seriously. Well, that leads into my next question. How's everybody feeling? Like the positive case, is everybody okay currently, or are we just monitoring symptoms? Or
Yeah, we had a positive test with one of our players, and we tried to do all the contact tracing and all that stuff that's necessary. And the state health department determined that once those girls are between the lines running up and down the floor and sweating and talking and just being active in an aerobic activity, that it's really difficult to even contact trace anybody that might have been compromised. Now, as far as all of our girls, their health, they're fine. The individual case that tested positive, her symptoms are doing okay. She's been quarantined, obviously, just like the rest of us, and she's doing fine. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any major health issues from the positive case.
well, that's great. That is most important. All right, so I know y'all won't be able to play your first 5 games. When will y'all pick the season back up, you think?
We got the letter of approval today. We thought we were going to be able to get back on the floor the 29th for practice, but we're actually going to have to push that back to the 30th. That's a 14-day window where we're supposed to be in medical isolation. So we'll actually practice on the 30th, and then we have a game on the 1st. So I've told these girls, and I know they're just anxious to get outside in their hoodies and start getting some road work done in the 35-degree crisp morning air. They've got to do their part, and they've got to try to stay in shape. I mean, we can't lose everything that we've worked so hard for conditioning wise up to this point over the 10-day period, which would be easy to do if we just kind of sit on the couch.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So what, as long as we're able to get through the season, what are your goals for this team?
We feel like that we should be a top 10 basketball team. I mean, that's our expectations. It's been our expectations from the beginning. And that's not going to change. I mean, we've got a really tough schedule. And we're going to go out every night and try to prove that we have kind of got closer to the top of this mountain in girls basketball in the state of Tennessee. That's our plan. I've always said this though, we don't focus on like specific accomplishment goals. We focus on just trying to be better every day. And if we get better every day, then where we're supposed to be at the end, we'll end up there. So
that is awesome. I know we've got a group of upperclassmen we're speaking with. Are there any younger players that you're looking to try to make a leap or, just challenge some of the older players?
I mean, we've got a couple juniors that we feel like that when they have opportunities, they're going to make the most of those opportunities, in Katie Moore and Alyssa Johnson. And our sophomore class, we're very excited about as being very talented group. In that mix, you've got Mila Williams, Addison Hurst, Paige Moody, Tyra Tanner, and then Jaden Lee. All those girls will be fighting for opportunities to get on the floor this year. And I feel like they've worked hard, and I feel like they're ready to make a great contribution to our team.
All right, that's awesome. All right, Coach, final question for you. Your reputation for being a good shooter is well known. Like the boys basketball team, they'll even bring it up to me when I interview them. Do you ever want to lace up your sneakers and just give them the business and show them you still got it on the court?
Well, I mean, every now and then I'll just kind of give them a little bit of piece of action. Jamarian was out there like ball handling in front of me the other day. I said 1-on-1 to 1 right now. She shot, missed. I shot, walked off as the ball was in the air, and
Like Larry Bird.
You just got to get used to it. You just got to get used to it. Now, I spent a lot of time working on my craft in college, and I always considered myself a gym rat that really had a passion for getting in the gym and working on my shot. Other guys were doing 360s and dunking and all this stuff, and they're like, "What? You can't dunk?" And I said, "Well, you can't shoot." And that was kind of always my comeback when they would pick on me, because I wasn't the most athletic person in the world, and I knew if I was going to get on the floor, I had to have a niche, and that was putting the ball in the basket.
I like it. All right, so everybody watch out for Coach Williams. If you're on the court with him and he challenges you to a game of one, it may end quickly. So.
The brain still believes, but the body sometimes is not able. I mean, I'm 46 now, and I'm afraid if I get out there and try to do too much that I'm going to end up in a wheelchair at some point.
Yeah, we can't have that. We need you on one piece, Coach. All right, Coach Williams, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to speak to some of his players.
Keep your eyes on the Monster Angus Thick Burger. With sizzling bacon and 2 1/3-pound Angus beef patties. The Monster is your daddy now. The Monster Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. Feed your happy.
All right, welcome back to the next 104.1 Southeast Tennessee Sports Show. We're here with the Cleveland girls basketball team. We got a bunch of them here joining us today. We're going to start with Jamarian. All right, Jamarian, I know this was a crazy offseason. Coach spoke to it a little bit. What did you do to try to stay in shape and keep your game going?
Well, I try to run around the block where I live a lot, and then I would go to my cousin's house, and then he would be like, "Come on, we're gonna go outside and we're gonna run this hill." And I was so out of shape, it wasn't even funny. Like, that was the worst I've ever been out of shape. So I would really just try to like run a lot, and then I would try to run with the track girls, but that was just no. But I still try to do that, and then I would just try to run as hard as I could for as long as I could to try to get in the best of shape.
That's awesome. All right, cool. Kara, what did you do to try to stay in shape?
I did basically the same thing Murr did. I would go outside and just run as much as I could, and then I would do sprints with my sister, and I would try to get in the weight room as much as possible, even though all the gyms and stuff were closed. I went to a church gym a couple of times to try to get some shots up, and yeah, that's basically it.
All right, Jaden, what were you doing? Were you running hills or sneaking into the gym?
I was running hills. I would run up and down the street at like maybe 11 in the morning, do a little bit of ball handling at my dad's house. He got a rim in the goals in the grass. So it made me better.
That's awesome. All right, Mariah, what were you doing this summer?
Yeah, I also ran around the block, and before my brothers went off to college, we would go out back and run the hills and try to compete against each other. Of course, they dusted me, but they were getting me better. And yeah, and I'll just do at-home workouts.
That's what it's all about. All right, Brenna, what were you doing?
I was doing the same as everybody else, just running hills, getting into the weight room when I could, and basically what everybody else has been doing.
For sure. All right, Alexia.
I was basically doing the same thing, running outside, but I have the privilege of having one of my coaches as my neighbors. So definitely if I wasn't out there, she'd call me and say, "Alexia, come on, time for ball handling, time for sprints," stuff like that.
All right, cool. Back up to Mer. What are your goals for this season for the team?
Team goals, they are to try to win as many games as possible, and to try to win district and region, and also try to make it a state. So really just to, have a successful season.
For sure. All right, Kara.
Goals for the team this year are to basically overcome anything that stands in our way of our original goals, which is to win a district championship, region championship, and make it to state, and have the most successful season we can despite all of the obstacles.
Seriously. All right, Jaden.
My goals are kind of like theirs put together, like overcome everything that we're going through or going to have to face together. Make it to state, district games, everything.
Very cool. All right, Mariah.
Yeah, I completely agree with all of them. Of course, win as many games as possible, have a successful season, win district and regional, and make it to state, and just overcome, like Kara said, and just continue to get better.
All right, cool. Brenna?
Definitely overcome what we're going through right now, and I'm enough to, and winning district, region, state, and keeping the sisterhood bond that we have. That's
awesome. All right, Alexia?
Definitely to overcome everything. I think we can be undefeated this year.
All right,
so
cool.
I want to go undefeated and win district, region, state, stuff like that.
That's awesome. All right, I like it. All right, rapid fire round now. Questions. Let's start up with Mer. Favorite class this semester?
African American Studies.
That's awesome. All right, Kara?
Mine's probably weightlifting.
Okay, cool. Jaden?
My English 4 class.
What was that?
My English 4 class.
Oh, very cool. I like it. All right, Mariah?
My English 4 class as well.
Nice. Do y'all have it together?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Brenna?
Mine's my English 4. I have it with Mariah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm starting to see a trend now. All right, Alexia, favorite class?
Probably my 4th period gym. I love my teacher.
All right, that's awesome. All right, yes, no question. You can beat Coach Williams one-on-one, Mer.
Yes, definitely.
All right, Kara?
Yes, I have before. So.
All right, Jaden?
Yes, he can shoot, but I can run.
Okay. Mariah?
Yes, he can shoot, but he's slow.
All right, Brenna?
Yes, because he can't run.
Dang, I'm starting to see a trend. All right, Alexia?
Oh, yeah, because what they said. Maybe he can shoot, but he can't run.
Man, once y'all get out of quarantine, it's over in y'all's practices. All right, Mer, funniest person on the team this year?
Jaden Chestnut.
Okay. All right, Kara?
Probably Jaden and Mer.
Jaden?
Mer, Kara, really all the seniors and Alyssa Johnson.
Okay. All right, Mariah?
Jaden.
Okay. Brenna?
Jaden.
Jaden again. All right, Alexia?
I'd say Jaden and Mer.
All right, cool. All right, last question. Which is going to be your go-to pregame song this year?
I have no clue.
All right, you're still working on the playlist.
Yeah.
All right, Kara?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm actually supposed to be making the playlist for our warm-up, and I have not one single song on there, so yeah, I don't know.
All right, you got to get to work. All right, Jaden?
Not anything country or Turn on the Lights.
Okay. All right, Mariah, what are you listening to?
Yeah, I'm not completely sure either, but she's right on that. No country.
That's fair. Brenna?
Not sure. They don't like my country music, so.
Poor Brenna. All right, Alexia?
I'm working on that because all I listen to is country music, so.
Okay. All right, cool.
I'll find a lit country song.
Yeah, okay, y'all's work cut out for y'all. All right, Coach Williams, Jamarian Blair, Jaden Chestnut, Brenda Droke, Mariah Person, Kara Williams, and Alexia Jackson. Thank y'all so much for taking the time to speak with me today. As soon as y'all get back on the court, we're going to be there supporting you with masks on, social distancing, and we can't wait to see what y'all do this season. So thanks again. We're going to head back to the studio now.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight. .com. Bank accounts too low? Check into cash. So where do you go? .com. Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom.
Did you wake up craving a made-from-scratch biscuit topped with tender prime rib and a fried egg? How about now? The new prime rib and fried egg biscuit at Hardee's. Feed your happiness.
You are watching the Southeast Tennessee Sports Show, presented by Check Into Cash and Hardee's.
Hello and welcome back to the Mix 104.1 Southeast Tennessee Sports Show, brought to you by Hardee's and Check Into Cash. Before we send you on your way, let's go ahead and give you a preview of next week's hoops matchups. Let's start with men's basketball. Friday, November 20th, Cleveland versus Howard, two very proud programs. Saturday, November 21st, Bradley Central is going to play two games up at Marable. First versus Clinton, second versus Marable. So watch out for the Bears up there. Meanwhile, Walker Valley will be traveling up to William Blount. Tuesday, November 24th, Walker Valley will be hosting McCallie. McCallie's always good, so that should be a great matchup. Wednesday, November 25th, Cleveland versus Morristown East, and that'll be up at Pigeon Forge. Meanwhile, Bradley Central versus Webb School, and that will be in Franklin, Tennessee. So women's basketball, Saturday, November 21st, Walker Valley at William Blount. And Monday, November 23rd, Bradley Central at Stewart's Creek. So that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Hardee's and Check Into Cash. Quick programming note. As football season winds down and basketball and wrestling season start up, remember, you can catch all of your local sports here on Mix 104.1, Talk 101.3 The Buzz, and Fiesta 99.1. Tune in early for the pregame coverage, hang out later for postgame interviews and wrap-ups. As always, we've got you covered here. Remember, you can watch this show right here on the Mix 104.1 Facebook page, the Mix 104.1 website, our YouTube page. Make sure you click that subscribe and like button, and of course the My Mix 104.1 app. We will probably be off next Friday. I'll be off. It's Thanksgiving and the day before my 31st birthday, so I'm not working next week. So thanks to Coach Williams and his players for taking the time to speak with us. Shout out to our executive producer, Austin Chadwick, for making all this happen. I'm your host, Pat Benson, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Keep your eyes on the Monster Angus Thick Burger. With sizzling bacon and 2 1/3-pound Angus beef patties, the Monster is your daddy now. The Monster Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. Feed your happy.